Alright, well, I've gone and tapped it and run of a chase, and we are in good shape. I am just a touch crooked in one direction, but I think it'll survive. It's not so crooked that I can't work it in the head from the looks of it. I will test fit the head when I get the new bolt, and I will give you guys an update at that point, because at that point I'll be washing out the block again to make sure there's no chips in there. Putting in the connecting rod, greasing everything, and making everything ready to go. So that'll probably be a little ways away, but we will get there. So hopefully this video was somewhat good for you. I do it on the spur of the moment, not really having things set up, just kind of doing her as I'm going, making her work. So hope you guys enjoyed it. See you again next time. Hello. Welcome back to the channel again. It's been a while since we had an update, but right now I'm tackling this Briggs & Stratton engine out of the snapper. I actually put this engine in the snapper because the original issue was somebody ran out of oil, scored the cylinder, and well, I sort of kind of had a problem. I got all excited, I got in there, I got running, and I did kind of the same thing. See, I went from an 8 to an 11.5. I forgot what size engine I had in this. But that problem is fairly easily solved. It just needs a new rod. I didn't score a cylinder there. I actually ruined the rod. So what I had done before installing this, I drained the oil, knowing I was going to have to change some setup on it in order to make it fit on here. And like I say, I got everything in, got it tested, it ran, got excited, forgot I had taken the oil out. So I pulled this apart yesterday. Got this all apart, cleaned up the crankshaft, a little bit of emery. Wasn't too terrible. New rod will be coming, it's $30. I had a head bolt break. I'm in the process of drilling it out, and this is where I wanted to bring you guys in on it. Let's see here. I was going to show you a couple different ways of trying to attack this, but decided because I don't have a small enough extractor to grab on the outside of this bolt, for one, and two, I believe it's either cross-threaded or galled is the reason it's stuck. An outside extractor is likely not going to work because I could get a really tiny pipe wrench on it and it would just keep mashing. So I cut it off nearly flush with the surface. Took a center punch. I made a very close to dead center punch on it. I drilled a very tiny test hole and it looked like it was pretty close, so I went up to my very first left-hand size bit I had. Even though I don't think I'll do no good, but seeing as how they're left-hand side, maybe I'll get lucky, but doubt it. I just have them. So that is where I am starting this process. I will update you guys on the next step as I go. Alright. Before I get to the next step, before I get to drilling completely, I want to show you what can happen sometimes. Not sure how well this is coming out on the camera, even though I can see it, but what that is my bite, or my bit, biting into this material and catching. Which is good if this would actually come out, which I don't think it will. But what I'm going to do to eliminate this problem so I don't break a bit, so I'm going to take a chamfer, seeing as how that's what I have here is a countersink, technically for wood, but it will work in this case. Otherwise you can file it or take a regular right hand bit probably and clean it out. But I'm just going to take this chamfer countersink and put an edge on there, and then I will start drilling again. I'll show you after the process is done. Alright, here is that process done. Like I said, it will work. It just takes that burr off, and then I can start drilling my next hole. Alright. I don't know how well this is really going to come out. Maybe you guys can't even see it. Not sure. But I'm all the way through that stud. And at this point, right now, seeing as how I have a large enough hole to work with, I'm going to try an extractor just to see if there's any give at all, which I doubt there will be, but if not, I will just keep going up until I've hit the edge of the threads and work from there. If I have to oversize it and put an insert, I will. We will see where this repair leads. If we get to the point of doing a thread insert or helicoil, I will make a video just on doing that in this particular problem. I'll bring you guys back when we get a little further. Okay, well, I tried an extractor, did not work. Not sure if you can see the marks from it. The light's kind of poor, but the only extractor I had that seemed to fit well enough was that one. So I gave that a whirl, tapped it in good, warmed things up, tried it out. Wasn't doing her, which I didn't expect it to, so I quit. So I didn't get at least a little bit of motion. There's no point in going any further. All you're going to do is break off an extractor and you're going to have a very bad day. So, next thing to do is move up in drill bit size. Shoot, hold on. Thinking, yeah, I've got a 1/4 inch bit down here. Darn camera. Anyway, you can kind of see that. So I'm going to go up to the 1/4 inch. This is a 5/16 bolt. See where we are at 1/4 inch. Then maybe end up having to drill all the way out and overbore this. Hoping not, but if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do to make this work, because gotta get this back together at some point. I'll have to get the rod and a head bolt. The rod is pretty much on its way. I just gotta check the local store, see if they got one. And if not, order it. Same with the head bolt, which they probably won't have, so I'll probably end up ordering it one way or another, but that is where we're at this point. I will update you as I progress. Thank you. Alright, well, we just got done drilling this out, or I should say I did, not we. But you can see I went up to 1/4 inch and it did not quite centered, or was not quite centered. I was a little bit off, which is about the normal case. So right now what I'm going to try is taking a pair of nail nose, there's the word, nail nose, and get this out of here. This may or may not work. I'm hoping I can get enough of the thread to come loose. If not, I will maybe have to come up with something else, because this is not being quite so helpful. Alright, I'll try a hammer and chisel to knock that loose. So I've gotten most of the threads out here. There's still an original piece of the hole right here. I do not want to take another drill unless I am taking something and just working this side out of it. So we will try a hammer and a punch quick, and if that fails, I will have to come up with a new plan. Alright. I'm hoping that I have knocked, oh, there's part of the thread off. I'm hoping I've got enough cleaned out of this that it'll just sort of kind of fold in on itself over time here. Do. Without going crazy. Let's counter bore. I think that should be just counter bore. Well, I'm going to try taking a chase down that and see if it'll start working the thread out. We will see, because there's a through hole. I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Okay, well, chase wouldn't bite, so I cleaned out the threads a little bit with a chamfer, and then I tried this 5/16 coarse threaded tap, and it is started. So I think I've saved enough of the old threads that I can go through with this and be fairly confident that I have a chance at this maybe working. Basically what I want to do is just kind of keep working the thread material out, because we're actually busting out the old bolt is what is going on here. I don't really like the fact that does not look perfectly centered, but I'm grabbing onto the old threads. I'm not actually cutting the new ones, so I don't think we'll have a problem, but it will have to be what it'll be in the end. I mean, if I have to end up drilling this out 100% and then putting in a sleeve, we will. But I think this is going to be alright. Now normally you get one full turn, then you back it off a half turn and break the chip. We're trying to clean out material here versus cutting a new thread entirely, which is similar but not the same. So I'm going to keep working this until I'm all the way through. I have cleaned out all the stuff out of this hole. I'm going to come back when I'm done and show you the result.